them back over towards mid with a possibility of taking something along with them. Yeah, paint goes.
I am gonna force Thinking to pull back for a moment. Snarly almost get hello. He wants the swing. He wants it so bad, and it all goes wrong. But to salvage it. Now Vix, it'll even be needed. Recon Bolt gets here as Core finally outlast them. T-Dog, enjoying some of that Thinking Men pack. There's no scan initiator here, which is quite fascinating. The Core have to make the play, and Vix is going to be ready. Snakebite there just to shove the push into Speedway. Have to give up a bit of ground, and that is going to allow them out of B main. But Reformed is going to be there. Sidesteps past the shocked up. T-Dog always trusty with a pistol, gets the better of him. Scrubble Bubble though finds his third for the round, and Lear will be there for the cleanup. Great push up the angle instantly because they wouldn't have the tailwind available to get out after taking this first shot. Double hop, skip, and jump, and that's good enough here. Zeldris, though, already makes his way up through window, now into heaven. Nice burst of speed there from Core. They really dot their eyes and cross their T's for much of this round. They slowly get over towards Cat. There's so much util in their way. Yeah. But they burst through. You need that pace here to defeat a lot of this controller util. And Vix won't be, but at least they know, like, okay, we can overwhelm this. Like, if we just have some confidence and trust each other, we can swarm these sites and defeat like a lot of this defensive setup. Most of these smokes won't hurt you. You can just get past them as a unit and still trade off each other. Lockdown here, and Vix is holding the angle just a little longer. Eventually pulling out now as we have the classic Omen TP in towards Boathouse. This is going to get busy for Scrabble Bubble. Paranoia does connect there. Thinks about a TP across the side, but it's about to get hot and heavy. The Molly would have claimed him if Zeldris hadn't. And there's that pace once more for Core. They're in on the site now in the post plant with a two-player advantage.
And there's no way, absolutely no way. Already Ziv sitting down on the back of site. Core somehow managing to find majority of the players, but it's fixed to find two. And now 19 health left as well. 7 bullets, not wanting to reload or give away their position. This is dire. They get spotted by this drone, and it might just be over. They don't. They still have time. And as well as the shots fired, maybe then the reload there, and not even a push to come through, but it's Nerf watching the angle like a hawk and giving that 6-2 away. But I did like that. It was it was a lot faster than what we had been seeing before, especially out of Core. But again, Viper's wall comes up to K there, and actually not catching anybody out, but it's interesting. So much util just deflected out into the A site, and now absolutely nothing to keep that hold down, but of course it leads them back over towards mid with a possibility of taking something along with them. Yeah, paint goes down, and that is a possible flank as well. I mean, they get information alone off of the util. Reformed has set down towards B. Noise already being made, and it's Nerve to try to create a distraction. Paranoia not hitting the correct position, though regardless, down towards box, is able to find it. Find one of their own. They hear the noise. I mean, could pretty much walk away with one, but it seems like not. We're going to have a...
I want to see how they try and fight for the control of the lockdown position, right? Okay, pretty aggressive early. Viper's pit straight away in main. Also, you can lock down.
Big push commencing.
Yeah, Core ready for it. Do they have the players? They're trying to go, oh, okay, never mind. Don't worry about numbers. It's all about quality over quantity. Zeldris takes an easy swing there as they were absolutely lit for him. A perfect start here for Core after a difficult first half, but that's the way the cookie crumbles on a sense sometimes. Lear will be spotted from about 3 different angles at once, and your 17th Zenith Flawless round coming up in only a 13-round game. Do the math.
Just what they needed, in my opinion, to bring themselves back up. I mean, there isn't too much to worry about on the side, of course, especially with that pistol round. Now you guarantee yourself the second round, and if you don't invest too heavily, honestly, I do like the Guardian pick, especially coming through with a possibility for that Marshall to really shine down in that bonus round, but it really is thinking about how you can run away with this round and possibly profit off the next.
As Zeldris really wants to stake his claim to mid here, saving down so the operator is an option in the next round. You don't really want to have the bonus with that Marshall. Here they come. 3 spotted by Snarly here. Where's the backup going to be? Of course, a double stack here. Zip right by him. It's going to force Thinking to pull back for a range. And that's the attacking Viper that comes up there. Cuts off Cat. Tries to deny information from mid, and he can't see tiles either. So it's fertile ground to try and make a push here over towards B. T-Dog's going to be there. The Spectre's going to work. Zeldris trying to take a shot, tailwinding out. This is now getting a little uglier. It's just Lear and Zeldris. This allows Paint to get some step here towards the opening of B main. T-Dog now gets to confirm. Zeldris, though, is well set up to take contact, and that's what Ingame are going to be doing without flash density.
Yeah, wall comes back up, but I mean, what use does it do? The only thing it really does to is try to preoccupy the thought that, hey, maybe somebody is still here, but then again, Snarly gathering information, Scrubblebub is there. Of course, a possibility for a rotation, and now it has to come. They've lost out on their initiator, and now they need the plan B.
Just great intuition there from Scrubblebubble, knowing he can make a spray that his opponent's likely to cross the tree door there. Now, how do you clear Nerve out of this position? Your Viper's up mid. You don't have a molly to get him out of here. At least you have to confirm, like, you know Nerve is there, but now Nerve is going to imply crossing.
Wow.
Form doesn't know if he's back in A or still in wine.
30 seconds left.
Oh, and they just ping that, but still actually making noise, giving away the location that they honestly did a really good job at faking out. Reformed as well. A slow push coming through from flanks of the attacker side, now finding some sort of advancement there, but it's COR not really suffering the consequences. Instead, they're trying to fight
10
back.
seconds
now
left.
You got that 3v3 situation with 10 seconds left. Yeah, and there, I mean, possibility for a plant definitely there. Yeah, it is going to happen.
All right, footsteps heard here as Zip steps up. So now you have a player advantage into this post-plant scenario, and Seekers also would have given you early warning of Zeldris if he wasn't too quick to the fight. Sprawl Scrubblebub down. Don't even worry about Blade Storm. That's not going to be a factor here. And Nerve is very low, so no surprise to see them play together here. One inside Switch House. That was Vix. Backing up now to CT. We'll want to watch this cross. Zeldris and Nerve, though, they cut this up so beautifully. And that's Zeldris with another 4. Light work for the boy.
And I could see I could see the vision behind it. It was a cross hold that Thinking Men were trying to do, but the unfortunate part about that was to push away.
Look at this, straight into mid. Taking so much control. Vix has already fallen here, and the trap was laid. COR then get to spring it. Yeah, the player at tiles and one at top mid, I think, was where the picks came from. And now T-Dog can just make sure no one's crept up in B main in the meantime.
Time to hunt.
Yeah, they've made the call of action to try to gather information down in B, but it doesn't necessarily serve them too well. Shot down before they can even see too much. And of course, so many players just scattered throughout COR. Information being given away towards 8 side choke point. Then again, the Viper's wall still laid out in B, although no Viper to really attest for it. So you still got to fight this down in mid, especially with Snarly.
The weapons, though, aren't good for COR. The fact that they managed to manufacture those 2 picks in mid with Sheriffs is pretty absurd. Zeldris, at the very least, here is able to hold onto a Vandal. And of course, you give up mid. You don't have the weaponry to contest it. You play towards these chokes, these other lanes, away from the epicenter of the map, forcing Paint into a scenario where he has to pick tree with his operator. Reform, though, did well to get across the gap there, and now they know that's one less player at B. They're going to hit it hard. Nerve will sit in Boathouse, and T-Dog is going to watch the close cross. Doesn't want to expose himself any more than that. In fact, tucks himself away. Paranoia comes in from Boathouse, though, but it's going to be good for 1. It'll have to be enough for now. Nerve wants to stay safe here until Zeldris and the rest of the cavalry arrive. Now you spring forward. Pressure on Lear. Takes a hit through the main stream, but Zip falls to the shorty now. A beautiful retake for COR on basically a Sheriff eco. It's on that shot from Zeldris, though. Not sure how. Pain inside of Cybercage just sees the head of Nerve as they have to clean him up. It will be traded. Zeldris now gets involved with the operator. There's another player in Boathouse with him, but he may not need that kind of help. Fix from Speedway, though. I think Zip is aware of this. That's where the spike is being held right now, and so far, Scrubblebubble is too far away to assist. What? He just crouch walked that angle. Unreal.
Okay.
12 seconds left in the round, though. There's something here for sure, but Zip could be the problem. Love the pick from Speedway just as you cross to the side and attempt to spray through the box, but Zip gets off the angle. He might just let it get planted here.
Spike planted.
And take the straight 1 versus 1. Vix is low. That span through the boxes has taken its toll. A paltry 7 health left on the Viper.
Ready.
Wow.
And it will be a Zip clutch.
Yeah, they are going to try to actually push this through, so it seems like an aggressive take. Moving over towards main here, and they do manage to find one wall bangable through. Unfortunately for Lear, not going to work out too well, though. Paint looking to find something else, but it's T-Dog with the Odin, making it their life extremely difficult.
Still getting 1, though, Paint, despite how, I mean, lopsided his chances were, at least as far as we could tell. Ziffy is still going to hold this angle, of course, and T-Dog now is back in spawn. Just want to make sure he can be where he needs to. I love that.
Spike
Such a
down.
tight angle. If not exposing any more of himself than was otherwise needed. At best, though, it's still a trade. That KJ util now over on the A side, completely switched off. And that poison all makes it pretty hard to know what is going down here, but Vix is spotted, so Core have confirmed that A is still the play.
Oh, no.
Remaining.
Okay.
Fine.
The crouch peak moving up. Man, that's gotta hurt. Now it's Vix alone. Thinking, man, they were doing so well. And they did manage to take another round in to at least try to give themselves some sort of leeway there. It seems like it doesn't even matter. 34 seconds left. The spike isn't even planted. And of course, you have the Viper's
30
Pit, but a 1v3
seconds left.
situation, you need to get at least one. I mean, before you place that Viper's Pit, because in reality, it's going to be a spray through. Maybe this might be it, but it's Eldris just clearing things.
Free to work with, but many of them stacked up, paying so much attention towards Tree here. The lockdown's going to be tough to fight for, but they got no choice but to throw themselves in. Nice guiding light. This is awkward for T-Dog. He tries to sidestep his way across heaven, but gets caught halfway. Beautiful shots, though, from Snarly. What a way to shut it down. A Core even it up once more. We'll have to deal with Zeldris, though, if you're reformed. The spike, though, has made it to A main here. Zeldris is aware, but now he's going to be sandwiched between two players. Can he handle this to Shorty?
10 seconds.
SENS reformed, careening backwards.
Enemy remaining.
But Leah dives in with the frenzy. Fortunately, the cavalry arrives. T-Dog gets there. The spike dropped loose. And that's the round. This area mostly uncontested. This could be huge.
Oh, and then waiting. This is beautiful. T-Dog with a nice way at keeping the sight. But then again, thinking, man, they just find themselves down towards the back of sight with paint alone. I mean, making their own diversion, but a 3v3 situation, it's not looking bad for anyone. I think the biggest difficulty is getting the retake in with the op, but again, suppression comes through and no util utilized. This is the perfect moment to push.
You know the operator's up there too. You spot Zeldris out, you know he has that weapon. Some haphazard movement gets him onto the Jenny. Not an odd angle, but he finds Scrubble Bub. That's big. Ain't though able to give good account of himself in hell, but Zip's going to be there for the follow-up, and they expect someone A main, but Vix will have to announce himself by breaking through the door in order to clutch this in a 1v2. Zeldris thinks about coming from an off angle, and the shorty of Vix is bested by the Jett player. 13-11 for Core. That's a marathon of a map. Yeah, I mean, it's something that we, see less and less of. I think the Sova on this kind of map, sometimes we see like... They respected the one-way at A, I guess, which is something that Core were, sort of banking on them not, like pushing ahead of it. Well, Zip was ready to pick up where he left off on this map, apparently. There's the tripwire. Again, there's the question of how easy it's going to be to clear that utility, right? It's the attackers, they don't have a shock dart to clear that opening straight away. Hey, how about that one? T-Dog, he got a bit of a talking up in the pre-game on his Sova, and that's a great way to demonstrate what he's capable of. Well, close the door to market now, leaves Zeldris to run wild in mid, and so he does. Rough shot over Reformed.
Stuff like this that you got to, keep into account. Unfortunately now, though, already a possible 2K left down from Paint, and Zeldris trying to nade their way out.
Pretty nice from Paint there. More than happy to charge in, knowing he's going up against a bit of a weaker buy. Still, Core have made the right choice by and large by being set up here at A. And now for thinking a minute, so how do we tease out some more of these resources, util, players, information, anything that they can get without having to take risks in close quarters? Charges.
Silent for now, but eventually explosion onto site, just waiting for that 30-second mark. Snarly doesn't have much to play with either. A possibility for a flash to push out in a fault line, but it's Zeldris to take out Scrubble Bub, so you already lose another one from Thinking Man.
I'll find you.
You deserve a Vandal too.
Yeah.
Is that neural theft?
Planted. My ult is ready.
Zip making sure there's no nasty surprises waiting for them on this retake attempt.
Marked one.
He managed to catch one there.
Wow.
Fault line. Okay, the showstopper follows it in straight away. Now things get awkward. Zeldris here with a double stack. Going to be playing off Snarly, both only on those sheriffs. The Vandals is on its way, but it's coming through spawn, so a little later. Force back behind the smoke. I think him in. They've got to play from halls now, and they've had this round taken from their hands. Just torn away from them. Very lightly held by the defenders. Think him in no hurry, though, to rotate off this spot.
No, not at the moment, but finally pushing themselves in. Pain, stunned. Although regardless of the stun, finding one, thinking that everybody's just really pushing down too. And you would think to consider that T-Dog would possibly be able to find one. Of course, finding some damage maybe with the ultimate alone, but still, though, taking some of these fights. And finding another one with the stinker. 70 health left on Scrubble Bob, and a paranoia to utilize, though it doesn't seem like they can find T-Dog. Actually, they do, but a 3k left to their name and a pickup of a Vandal.
Exactly off this position. They are going to clear it. Okay, take that. How about this one? Now to see. Are you satisfied? Are you ready to go? No, apparently not. Scrubble Bob gets taken down. Zeldris finds a second. Audacity. Again, flowing free. Paint doesn't quite get away, though, from the Hunter's Fury. T-Dog is quick on the trigger finger. Reformed wanted to try and make his way.
Being played from core and thinking, man. So now, I mean, how big is the struggle going to be trying to take yourself back onto site, especially with the amount of util already being expended out to the extremities?
Very big. It's a big struggle because they plant out in the open gompers and they have every angle covered. They've got short covered. Link has definitely got eyes on it, as you can see here. And with no util from the attackers outside of a singular smoke, and this is absolutely chalked. Zeldris, though, will hold this angle despite knowing how far ahead Core are. He doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks. Scrub Above eventually will get his.
One enemy remaining.
Zeldris knows that sometimes that's a dish better served cold. He will suffer at the hands of Leah here. But there's nothing that the latter can do. T-Dog will bring him to heal, and Core have evened up the game. Fiber Cage confirming that a little bit. That aftershock is going to slow things down. Beautiful. Look at this. To follow up on the fault line, T-Dog is able to find Paint there. So now that the shock and awe aspect of the Raze out of the picture, Zeldris goes under serious pressure. Can't win it out. Leah going to push through, spraying as he goes. Cyber Cage to give T-Dog at least a little bit of room. But that paranoia is an issue. Now the TP on him is going to be overwhelmed here, but still, Leah and T-Dog in the 1v1. There's no time for the defuse. Leah has to accept his fate.
He meant to peek the angle. The only other person that could really take this fight is Paint, of course, though. Showstopper already coming through and finding one. But then Zeldris slowly pushing these players back, and that was a beautiful start. But regardless, actually, Paint the one down despite that.
Look at how low Snarly and Nerve are. Oh my god. Doesn't have the best angle on the spike, but no one's going to really think you're going to come from here. And that's a third. Scrubble Bob able to hang on here, but now in a 2v1. Yes, Snarly is low, but they have perfect post-plant angles, and again, there's not enough time left. Tons of damage there in the direction of Vix. It should really clear. Oh my okay, Zeldris sees it coming at the very least. Leah face first into a showstopper. Now Nova 70 HP. Oh, sees Vix embedded there and actually gets the better of him. That's a really powerful position that Vix could hold if he were able to hold it. And that's a good enough trade on Paint. 4 players to work with here for Core. Very much in post-plant positions. Zeldris, though, couldn't trade.
Zeldris was just sitting back. There was nothing they were watching that really had impact in that moment, so they kind of just fed into, I mean, Snarly being taken out. Luckily enough, it is a 3v2 situation. T-Dog ready for the post-plant with an ultimate like that. I love that. The fact that they... Oh, and they see it. The Rolling Thunder pushed out, but isn't in a good position. I mean, majority actually, yeah, already being caught into a position like that when thinking men moving forward to try to counter the aggressive play that Core were looking for.
Now Core have to really work hard to reclaim much of this map. And a little low on that utility to do so. See that Reformed has moved off the B side entirely. It has that camera that will spot the move out of B main. They're going to check this.
Thug.
Yeah, beautiful. That is really thorough here from Core. Knowing that giving up so much of the map, thinking men could be posted up absolutely bloody anywhere. Does Snarly know about this? He doesn't have the angle here.
No, he doesn't.
He got it anyway.
Somehow. Paint was ready for it too. I know for a fact Paint was expecting somebody to be, prepped around the corner. But this is another instance of pushing onto a site that's already very heavily controlled by Reform. How well is this going to work?
He was forced, though, to cage
30
up
seconds left.
on himself as that fault line did clip him.
Planted.
There's the horn. Nothing gained from that one.
Wow.
Wayward aim there from Reform. Wants to get closer. He's, of course, marked. He wants to swing. He wants it so bad. And it all goes wrong, but T-Dog is going to be there to salvage it. Now Vix in a weird spot. T-Dog whips one on him now. 3 kills already for the Sober, and Payne has to go for Nerve. Trying to go for the 1v1. He's able to win that out, but now has 2 more players to deal with. There's a neural theft available. Should it even be needed? Recon Bolt gives them all the info they need, and T-Dog ends it.
Attackers win.
Thinking Men collapse here as Core finally outlast them. T-Dog enjoying some of that Thinking Men pack.
Man, I don't even like... My reaction to that information was Zeldris.